Hi, I'm Debbie Goldingham from Women's Adventures NZ, and I'm taking a group over to Vietnam in March this year, and this is what I'm going to take. First of all, I want to show you the bag that it's going to go in. I've got a carry-on bag, and it's a super light. It's known as a feather flight, and I got it from Kathmandu, and it's 1.6 kilos, 40 litres, very spacious, got a big cavity in here, and another cavity here or there, and it's very lightweight. It's all recycled material, so that's what this is going to go into. I will also be taking a day pack as well. So now to take you through what I'm going with. When we're in Vietnam, we've got a number of different things that we're doing, so there has to be clothing that's going to be appropriate for everything that we're going to be doing. My key thing with packing is to have as many clothes that I can mix and match as possible. So I'll be getting tops and bottoms that mix and match and all go together. My hiking gear will also go with what I'm wearing, so it's all works. What I'm wearing right now is what I'm going to wear on the plane, and I've got a thermal merino top here as well that's going on the plane with me, and also my hiking shoes are going to be worn through customs. Once I get through that side, I'll put them in my bag, and I'll put my Teva sandals on. Altogether around footwear, I've just got 3 items of footwear. My hiking shoes, and they're my old ones, so once I've finished the 2-day hike in Sapa, I'll leave them there. My Teva sandals, which are wonderful for walking around everywhere, they're fine for that. And some kind of like going out sandals, plus if I think the shower's a bit grotty and I want to wear jandals in the shower, that works for that. So they're like a little slingback jandal. $7 from Number One Shoe Warehouse. Right, so now to show you, we'll be going out for meals at times, so we want to, have something a little bit flash to wear. So I've got 3 items that I've got here. So a long pants thing, a dress, and another dress. 3 items there, and these aren't scrunch up and they just pop out and look wonderful, unfortunately, but the way I pack them, they usually come out all right, and if not, you just put them on a coat hanger, put them in the shower with you, not so they get wet, and the steam eventually would get out any creases. So those are the 3 things of my going out stuff. However, other clothing can be worn going out as well. So what I'm packing these into inside the bag is I've got these little travel bags that zip up. So the big things go in the bigger one, medium-sized things go in this one, and the smaller items go in this one. I also have a couple of these dry bags that I'll put a few things in as well. You can get these bags as compression ones, but I just still got these, so I just thought I'd use those. So the 3 going out things, and then I've got 2 pairs of longs, this pair that I'm wearing and another white pair. So just 2 pairs, just stretchy bands, really comfortable, thin pockets, love my pockets. Then I've also got, in the evenings if we go out, or sometime during the day if I feel I need something a little extras to pop on, got a couple of little just little cotton top things that will go over the top if I've got a camisole thing underneath, and very, very light. They're just so light and floaty, and they'll go with these pants, with those pants. They'll go over the top of my outfits here as well, so it all mix and matches. Then I go down to the tops and bottoms, and I've got 4 tops, and 2 of them have little camisoles underneath, so they're very floaty, so you can wear the camisoles by themselves, you can wear the camisoles with each of those different tops. Give you an example. This is just a very lightweight, floaty sort of top. You put a white camisole under that, or I've got this very dark navy camisole, you put that under it, works fine. And same with another floaty top, and they can be tucked in blouson out if need be. So the tops are just very lightweight. This is a silky one, and they just breathe, and they're just so nice and nice to wear. Also got just your ordinary t-shirt that goes with all my clothes as well. So just find whatever mix and matches of your own that is light and airy and breathable, and that you can, you know, play around with. You can wear out, you can wear on a bicycle, you can wear walking around the streets, to the night markets, all of that sort of thing. So then I've got, along with my long pants, I've also got a skirt, and it's just one of these. Are great, these are just these little rip skirts, and they just work really well. I think they're called Rip Skirt Hawaii rip skirts. Wonderful, and they do scrunch up, and you can mix them up, and they don't show any creases. But this was a hiking skirt plus just a wear around skirt, all the tops and that go with that. These are just a pair of like walk shorts, but they're great for hiking as well, just stretchy. Wear those a lot, and again, you know, you put the bright orange with the black and white check, that sort of thing, it all goes nicely, and all the other tops as well. And when we're on the island, or just you know, going out somewhere where I can just wear my little flowery shorts, they come in handy too. Wouldn't necessarily wear them in Ho Chi Minh City or Hanoi maybe, but definitely for the ones where we're sort of, it's a lot more casual. So those are the tops and bottoms, mix and matching. Now to get down to the smalls. I've got one of those bras that crisscross over, halter neck, just ordinary straps, so that just a black one, because black, you know, goes with everything. So I've got one of those. I've got one sports bra that'll go pretty much under all of that as well. And I've got just an ordinary, what do you call it, beige colour one, that's very comfortable one that I wear when I'm on the plane. Because all this underwear stuff, even you've got to think about comfort, because you're going to be on a plane for quite a while. I've got my 5 pairs of knickers, plus the ones I've got on, and I've just got them in a little Ziploc bag, so you're not sort of rummaging around in your bag looking. Okay, so working through, I mentioned about going to the beach, that we will be doing the last couple of days. We're on an island, and so we'll also be staying at places that have swimming pools. So I've got what I need for that. So first of all, I've got my sun hat. Got the sun hat there. Got a what do you call it, a vest thing to wear so I don't get sunburnt when I'm snorkeling. A couple of pairs of bikinis. And I just bought a sarong, because my sarong acts as my towel, it wraps around me, it acts as a skirt. There's a whole lot of uses for that. I also take this on the plane, and I just scrunch it up with whatever else I've got, like my top or whatever, and I make a little pillow, because that's just how I like it, so that's what I do there. For that, I've got this little drawstring bag there that can be worn, you know, as a little day pack around if I'm going shopping or something. It's like my little beach bag as well. My sunscreen, I've just got it in, so sunscreen goes in my beach bag as well, and so I've got that there, just a small one. You don't need to take a great big thing. You get these little bottles from the chemist as well. You can get them better than the flip top squirty ones, because they often come undone on flights. And I've just got a little bit of lip salve as well, lip balm. So working through now, so I'm looking at a toilet bag. So in my toilet bag, now I'm a bit of a minimalist when it comes to a toilet bag. At home I will use serums and lotions and potions and things like that. When I go away, I just think for 2 weeks it's not going to really matter. So I take my good moisturiser, but I just buy one of these and just decant it into here. And this is great, very soft and floppy and very light. I take a small hairspray. I take a small toothpaste, my toothbrush. I've got a little facial soap bar thing. I put my body lotion into here, and when I've run out, I just buy a small one when I'm wherever I am. I get these little perfumes because I like to smell nice, so I take a little perfume. And my makeup, honestly, is just the you know, facial stuff, and some mascara. That's it. So up to you what you want to take. Oh, and I take a shaver and eyebrow pluckers, and for people who don't see too well, I have these magnifying glasses that go from one eye to the other, and you use them to pluck your eyebrows, and they're great because then you can see what you're doing. So cool for that, so I'll take those. Okay, I also just take a little conditioning shampoo just for the first night or two, because generally everywhere we stay has got shampoo and conditioner, so I just use theirs. And that's just in case they don't. And my comb, I don't worry about taking a hairdryer or hair straighteners or anything like that. Hair dryers are mostly where we stay, so that's not a problem. Okay, so as I said earlier, we are also going hiking in Sapa, so we need hiking clothes. I've got 2 little singlet tops that also mix and match with everything I've got over here. I've got it gets cool in the evening because you're up in the mountains, so I've got one long sleeve merino top, the other one that I wore on the plane in case I slip over and get muddy and I have to have something else to put on. So there's the other one that I wore on the plane, and a pair of merino leggings. And the times I have done this hike before, I've used everything that I've taken, so just to be aware of that. So also a little wee waterproof jacket. So this is just one of those little, I think it's a North Face. I actually bought this in Vietnam, 2019 I think. Yeah, just one of those little windbreaker type jackets. If it does rain, it's going to be warm generally, and that with a merino underneath, you're not going to get really freezing cold or anything. In fact, you'll be hot. So that's fine. These will all be packed into a dry bag inside my day pack. So that's the day pack I'll be taking on the plane with me, and I'll just work out what I put in there. Chances are I'll put my hiking gear in here, so it's there. Not everything has to go in my feather flight bag. So that's the hiking gear. There's also things like a cap, my tissues, hand sanitizer. What else is there to take on the hike? Pretty much it, yeah. And got a couple of pairs of socks that I'll wear one of these maybe on the plane if it's cold. Oh no, I've got my flight socks for that. Got to tell you about those. So these are those deep vein DVT, deep vein thrombosis socks, and I wear them on every flight. I don't know if it stops me getting DVT, but yeah, I wear those on. Pays to have baggy trousers that you can pull them up on. I've had trousers that are tight and it's a real pain. So those are really good to wear. So now we've got done that bit. Water bottle, I've got one of these, and you can take the lid off and scrunch it right down like that, just to fit into things if you haven't got much room, because you can't do that with water in it. And sunglasses, yeah, I just got my little pouch for my sunglasses. And so carrying on now, I think we'll do incidentals. Incidentals are things like my latte sachets. Now I've only got a few because I don't use them all the time, but every now and then I feel like a nice cup of coffee. So I've just got these latte sachets. That's just one of those little $2 shopping bags. Rolls up like that if you need to take it for anything. Sometimes I just put my things in it, like my dirty clothes or something like that. And that dirty clothes can also go in your dry bag. So I've got that dry bag. I've got another one for wet shoes or something like that. So just a couple of dry bags. They're from Macpac, or just take plastic bags. You know, there's plenty of places when we're traveling in Vietnam that you'll get plastic bags, and that they can be used for that. Another incidentals, I've just brought along a fun little colourful necklace that will go with pretty much everything I'm wearing if I want it to. Vitamins and minerals and all that sort of thing. normally I have a bit of a regime that I take. From that, I'm just going to take my multivitamin and my probiotics, which I tend to take all the time. But generally, if you start taking them at least, I think it's a week before we go, and then while you're there, should be fine. I've never had any problems with stomach stuff. So that's my little vitamins. I have another incidental is my on-flight bag, and this little bag here, my hearing aids go in there. I've got hearing aids, they go in here. They've also got my spare batteries for my hearing aids, and about 4 different pairs of earrings in there, just little ones, so that goes in there. My on-flight stuff is also my sleeping mask, earplugs go in there, and I recycle these things, so I use them. I use the same pair for every flight I go on, and I use what's it called, to stop yourself getting no jet lag. That's it, no jet lag. And they are great, they work really well for me. I use those all the time as well. So yeah, no jet lag, earplugs, headphones, eye mask, and as I say, I just roll up some clothing, my sarong, put it as a pillow, works fine. And I also take my moisturiser, because your skin gets very dry on a plane, so I take my moisturiser. I make sure my bottle of water is full to the brim, so I don't have to keep pushing the buzzer to get someone to come and bring me water. And on the plane, I always take my Kindle, so I've always got a good book on there that I look forward to reading, and my reading glasses. So some more incidentals that you'll need to have in this little case. I like to have things in little cases and Ziploc bags and things. It's easier to find. But in here I've got a spare pair of glasses in case something happens to these, spare batteries, my hearing aids, spare earplugs for anyone who has to sleep in the same room with me, because I tend to snore a bit, so this is earplugs for anyone who doesn't have their own. And I've got my phone charger. It also charges my Kindle, and a multi-plug here that is like it's an international plug, because you'll need one of these. So they all go in back into a little bag. That all comes handy. So the rest of it is now moving on to the first aid kit. I tend to take quite a comprehensive first aid kit, so I've got bits of everything in case someone needs it. I've got my general band-aids, Compeed plasters, bandages, survival blanket, you know, a sling, and this foam tape that works really well for blisters, and you don't even need to put the Compeed on. You just wrap this where you start to feel a little bit of a heat. That's really good. It's kind of like it's padded plaster, and it just rips off. You just break it like that, and it rips off. Wipe that bit. So that's that part of the first aid kit. You then move on to all the tablets and things, and you do kind of need things so that you've got them if something happens to you just like that. So things like we've got where have we got it? No Dia, which is no diarrhea tablets. So if you're starting to feel something coming on, take these. You've got Nurofen, I've got Voltaren, I've got GastroSoothe for upset tummies. Also Buscopan, which is for upset tummies as well. You can see on this one I've just put the directions and I've taped it over the top, so you can do that. You don't have to take boxes and boxes of things, just take, you know, a few, so that if you need them, they're there. But they've got chemists everywhere in Vietnam. It's not like you're going to a backward country. Everything's there that you need. I also take Strepsils, because sometimes I find when you get off the plane you might have a bit of a sore throat, because sometimes there's stuff going around in the plane. So some Strepsils, Nurofen, I think I said that, and some Claritine, so antihistamine type stuff. There's stuff that I've got, lotion type stuff. I've got, you know, your DEET repellent, insect repellent, which we may need when we are up hiking. I've got the Betadine antiseptic ointment, always comes in handy. This is for if you do get even sunburn, stings, itchy bites, anything like that, just something for that. And these Hydralyte, I swear by these. I take these a lot when I'm traveling. They are really good for cramps. And I find sometimes when I'm hiking or cycling and stuff like that, I just pop a couple. I don't have the strong dosage that they say, but I put a couple of, they're just fizzy things, put them in my water bottle and you know, drink that. So they are really good. What works for me anyway. So along with that, and they'll go into this Ziploc bag, the whole lot, hopefully. And the gloves, if I need to use them, very light. And I bought some hiking wool. I've never actually had to use it, but it's just a bit there, so it's there if someone, if you can't get your own, know that I've got it. Apparently you just wind it around your toes. On different trips I've been on, women have used it, but I've never had to. So that's that part. Moving on now to when I'm on the plane, or what I take for my bag. So I have this, and I put it in the notes about the trip. I have this, it's a little pack safe bag, and you can't cut through here, and you can't scan it with something to get your details on there, and it's got all these safety zips that you connect up with. It's really good. Now you might want to have a look and see what actually is inside it. So you've got this front pocket here that I have my passport and my phone, that'll both fit in there. Then this bit here opens right out. Got my lipstick, your pen bit down here. I've got my card, so I'm taking a Wise card, and as I've suggested before, around about equivalent of about 1,000 New Zealand dollars worth of Vietnamese dong. Could work out fine. Wise cards are great. And I've got my another credit card, which I will probably keep tucked away somewhere else, not in here. And in here I've actually got a little purse that I put change in, because I will change a lot of money into cash here. So I've just got a little purse, and that just fits in there. And I've got, in here will go any, if I've got a hard copy of any flights or anything like that, I'll put that in that big pocket, but just a little notebook to take any notes I need on things. And that's it. And it also fits my sunglasses in. So you wouldn't think so, but it does. You put that in there, zip it all up, and if she says, it does do it, it's just caught the lining. Yep, there we go. And that has all that in there, and it's great. And so I'll probably wear this most of the time as my handbag. So
where did you get it from?
It's PackSafe New Zealand, I think it is. Yeah, I put a link in the information thing there. The other thing that I'm not going to take in my bag, but I'm going to give to someone else, is I have here a little pocket knife, and they're just these Opal, I think the brand is, Opinel. Great little pocket knives, and they're so light. And a pair of scissors, in case we need it, and tweezers. And they're first aid items really, but I'll probably get pulled up on these. Scissors are okay, but just in case they're not, they'll go with someone else at the airport from our group in their check-in bag, unless everyone brings a on-flight bag like me. So that's that. I think we've covered everything there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pack it all and put it into the bag so you can see what that looks like, and we'll weigh it and see what it weighs. Okay, so here we are about to pack it all into the bag. Now I've just sort of laid flat these clothes and folded them over gently to put them in, but you can roll them, but have it that way in your bag and have them stacked on top of each other, and that way is another good way to see what you've got in your bag. So for now I'm going to put it that way. Those are all the tops and bottoms, that goes there, and this little bag here with all the my smalls in it and my bits and pieces in it, that goes in here. Okay, so we've got those in there. Then I've got my toilet bag, which just folded up into this size, and that's just going to go in here. and my bits and piecey type bag down the side there. I've still got a lot of room at the back there too. And this my beach bag, that's going to fold on top, and comb down there. I think that's it. I think we've got everything. And my hat. Now, my hat I can either wear on the plane, which I often do, and then just stuff it up into the overhead thing. Or this is one of those ones that you just stuff in there like that. Do it like that. Okay. So that's that one all ready to go, and I will weigh it so that we know what it is, but I can already tell it's pretty light. So that's that one. We'll weigh it in a moment. Okay, so now we're going to do the day pack. What I'm wearing now, as I said before, is what I'm wearing on the plane, but I've just put the shoes and socks on as well, and I'll go through customs with these on and then take them off and pop them in my bag. So in the bag so far, all I've got is my drink bottle, which I'll get filled up just before we go on the plane. And in here, I'm going to put, first of all, I forgot to mention this bit. This is just all my notes and lots of paperwork stuff that I've got here. That's going to go in my pack here. This was all the stuff that I was taking hiking, so all my thermals and things like that. That's in there. And this was the on-board stuff, like my Kindle, my glasses, my jet lag pills, eye mask, all that stuff, toothbrush, toothpaste, that's all in there. So I don't think I told you about that. Take a toothbrush on. And I've also got the toilet bag here. So, not toilet bag. I've also got the first aid kit here. So this is the first aid kit. Could be in the toilet bag. And I'm just going to stuff that in here now. Better if I stand it up. Shut that. And the shoes. Oops. You might have to redo this bit. So, we are going to, we have to stuff the shoes in. So put those down there, and that one in there. And when I get on the plane, I'll take those out, put these runners, trainers in, and I'll put my flight socks on, and with my Teva sandals. It's not the best look, but it's good. It works. And then first aid kit in the top. Zip it up, sorted there, and that's my little hack, because you can actually put quite a bit in here and it can be quite heavy, but they never weigh this. They always weigh that one. Well, they don't always, to be honest. Jetstar do, but Air New Zealand don't seem to. But don't think I'll go with 10k and then I'll be fine. But between this one and that one, you can easily have about 11k lot of luggage. So this one is going to be on the back, and with this and with this, and I'm all good to go. So let's go weigh them and see what they weigh. Okay, so I've just weighed myself, and then hopped off the scales and picked up the bag and held it next to me and weighed it, and then I deducted the my weight from the increased weight, and I did the same with the day pack. I just put the day pack on my back and weighed myself, and what we found out was this, believe it or not, is around 6 kg. 6 kg for that, and this one is under 4 kg. In fact, that's under 6 kg, and that's under 4 kg, so we just round it up. But yeah, there's 10 kg worth of luggage, just like that. So that's the packing video for 2.5 weeks in Vietnam. Thank you for watching, and I hope it's been helpful, and good luck with your packing.